How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back. Banlist season is upon us any day now. Could be yesterday, could be 2 days ago. But we are definitely waiting on a ban list. And I think one of the most interesting things right now to do is look at a lot of cards that will possibly be affected by a ban list and see how the market changes according to that. Before we begin, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe if you're new. We're on the way to 10K and we're really close. So every subscriber will be super helpful and I appreciate that. We're going to start off by talking about Salamangreat Gazelle because I think a lot of people assume, and I think assume correctly, that Salamangreat Gazelle could go to 3. I don't think Salamangreat is actually going to do anything with Gazelle 3, especially when we have a considerably better Cybers deck right now with Mathmech, but Gazelle has been limited, and I think Gazelle is like a multi-faker situation. Multi-faker was also limited for a while until it finally went to 3 when the deck couldn't really contend. It did manage to contend afterwards, but not to the same degree, right? Gazelle right now has a couple of printings, Battles of Legend, 40 cents. If you do want to consider like picking this up, this would be probably the best time because it doesn't seem like the market, I mean, it is seeing some sort of increase, but still at 40 cents. Another fire monster. Again, this monster was released to 1 from the ban list on the TCG, on the OCG, sorry. And this is the secret rare printing of this card, like so the high rarity one. I don't even know if it's going to be played. If you're talking about Salamangreat, it's probably one of the only strategies that will consider even playing it. But at a market price of like $7, $6.70, this is pretty solid. And it's also seeing kind of like a decrease in the last 2 to 3 months. Maybe this was the OCG hype, but eventually like died down because, you know, people were jumping on it. But we'll have to see. We have 5 Rainbow Magicians still at $8. If you don't know what this card does, this is basically Mystic Mine, and it's legal. And yeah, it's funny to see like just how flat and unplayable, and then immediately, boop, just jumps up in price. $8, should you play this? I don't even know. But we got another Perform Pal, but it's a Perform Mage, Plush Fire, which is banned, right? Could leave the ban list, could be limited to 1, and it only has 1 printing in Dimension of Chaos as a common, right? So it doesn't really see any you know, price increases right now because it's a common, but you know, a short printed common from an older set like Dimension of Chaos could possibly go out. I think this is very interesting to just look at Crossout Designator. I keep looking at this not because of what I played in my Nationals build, but overall, just in general as a card. It's such an interesting card, right? This card started out at almost $100 when it was released in the 2021 tins. People were like, this card is going to change the game. But a lot of people didn't really understand, including myself, by the way, which is the crossouts in the 2021 tins are my worst investments to date when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! And people didn't really understand back at the time that Crossout Designator was so good in the OCG because the game is built around Max C. This card even got limited to keep Max C unchecked, right? This is how much this card was powerful, or this is how much the game philosophy of the OCG is different. So right now, $10 for a secret. People want this as a secret. A lot of decks are playing this, and this will always be a good utility card. You will always want to have this in your binder because, you know, you never know which decks really need it. I think this is cool. This is very cool. We're seeing Quem kind of like going up and down. $33, $32, something like that. This card will probably go up. A lot of people are like asking me, should I buy this now? I mean, it's still $30, but again, this is probably the second best secret in the set. I would say that it's better than Chaos Hunter, Chaos Angel, which is the most expensive one, but this is like very close, like probably a few bucks below. If Kashira gets hit significantly and Branded goes relatively unscathed, then Quem will probably go up, which is what is happening to Cartesia right now. Like the card already dropped below 40 and now it's back almost to 60, right? Almost back to 60, which is crazy. Darkwing Blast with Cartesia and Lubellion keeping the price tag. Look at this, almost $17. This card started out at being like $90, $80. It's been a long time. Both of these secret rares are keeping their value, which is crazy. We have tins coming up in September, probably a few months away, and they're probably going to reprint. Like, we know that they're going to reprint Darkwing Blast, but still, these prices are, they just keep, keeping their worth really well. I'm not going to say too much. Around $13 for this card. I don't know how playable this will be if there's a ban list, but you never know. I mean, a lot of people were clamoring for Barrier Statue of the Stormwind to get banned for a while. I think Flandreese kind of survived with that card for a very long time. And you can also say that about Artifact Scythe, which was in and out of formats for a year or a little bit more. It was playable until it finally got banned. So, like, the first time Konami addresses this deck, is it going to be, like, by banning Gimmick Puppet Nightmare? I don't know. This is interesting to me. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. So, a lot of people are thinking that, yeah, this card is going to be semi-limited in the next ban list. I think that there's very good basis to think that. There's really, in my opinion, no reason not to release it to 2. I think this is also a planned Starlight in the next Battles of Legend, which is very soon. If this is a Starlight, it has to come back to 2. A lot of people are like looking at the policy changes and seeing Engage at 2 as an example. Maybe it could be a wink. Maybe it could be a wink. Even though the price card is like $5, people are already buying this for $36 for the first edition. This is the OG print. Like, if you're a Striker player, you want to play this. And then we have Linkage, which is, look at this, $2 card a few days ago. Now up to $6. And it's going to go up because, like, this was not super accessible when it first released. But look at how steady it remained since being released. And then, like, boop, people want Strikers, right? And you can't talk about Sky Strikers without talking about Orcust. Harpor, this is the only hollow printing of this card, and just seeing a steady increase right now. I'm sitting around $7, and that's very interesting. This card is always going to be, is it coming back? You should probably have a copy lying around. Just one, not this one even. There's a rare, which is cheaper. And then another card that was just unbanned in the OCG as well, which is Glow Up Bulb. And it has a common printing, which was not recently, but released like more recent than the original print in Star Strike Blast. But again, seeing a pretty steady increase, sitting around $7 market price. Some sales going up to 15 even. And this is like the hollow version. There's an ultimate as well, but there's a common printing of this card, so that's good if it comes back. And I think Nadir, I made a market watch video about Nadir serving around $5. This card is now 10. If you listen to me, you saved yourself probably like $15 on the playset. Now it's coming around a price where I understand like where it's at, like $10 for this card. That makes sense. The secret rare, it's probably not affordable, but doubling in price in the span of like a couple months, good investments if you listen to me back when I made the video. Omega is seeing a lot of play, seeing a bit of a surge right now for the high rarity print from High Speed Riders. $15. This is a really good boss monster, like a really good extender. But you know what really is crazy? Probably this Ass Dragon, right? Started out at $15, now peaking at almost $60. Duh. I mean, who didn't think this card would be insane, right? I even chickened out. I wasn't gonna pick this up. I'm locked into fusions, but I eventually caved when I saw it started out around 20, 25. When it got almost to 30, I was like, okay, this is the time. Picked it up when it was like 29. And thankfully so, right? This card is not going to see a reprint for a long, long time. And it will just keep going up. This is kind of funny. This guy is an enabler for Gimmick Puppet Nightmare Lock in Super Heavy Samurais. It's 17 cents. So, yeah. And then we have Santa Claus. I think this is great. I think this is really good. I really like seeing like old, you know, just the Speed Duel card. It's an Ultra. Seeing a really good increase. Look at this. In March, this card was $1.60 and it's $20 now. This is wonderful to see, I think. There is a common version for this, which is also not that expensive. Like all the printings are old, so you know it does require some sort of a price. And yeah, I hope this kind of helps frame the upcoming ban list and show you kind of what Konami might be looking at and what other people are looking at as well. I don't do these to, you know, make you buy cards that you don't need. I like looking at the price differences myself and kind of maybe trying to spot a good purchase here and there. And yeah, I think in terms of Engage, a few days ago I bought myself another copy of the Secret Rare. I think it's still affordable. It's like for $4 if you want to pimp out the deck. It definitely makes sense. So I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below on what cards are you picking up right now. Leave a thumbs up in the video. Subscribe. We're on the way to 10K. And before I leave you, just a shout out to my sponsor, Sleeve Chief, the best looking sleeves in the market. So if you do want to, you know, bedazzle your deck with some new good looking sleeves, head over there. Description below. The link is there in the code. See you in the next one. Love you. Peace.